Man City beat Sheffield United 1-0. In fact, since that loss to Leicester, it's been 7 matches unbeaten for Pep Guardiola's men. They didn't have Aguero today. They didn't have Gabriel Jesus. But do you think they are starting to look more like themselves, Stevie?
Do you know, as far as possession, as far as dominating games, then absolutely, because, there was only one side in it today, and that was Manchester City. Unfortunately, when it comes to the final third, they just can't get it done. They make bad decisions. They hold on to the ball too long, and it gives defenders time to get back. A 1-0 victory on paper looks as though this might have been tight. I'll tell you, this was men against boys. But Man City, unfortunately, they're not scoring goals with the amount of possession and without the amount of play that they've got.
Well, the goal scorer was Kyle Walker on what was his 100th appearance for Man City. Quite the feat for him, given the competition that is in the side. But he didn't want to celebrate against his boyhood club. What do you make of it when players don't celebrate a goal against the former team, Stevie?
What is that all about? Seriously? 100 appearances for City and you're not going to celebrate scoring a goal for them? It does my head in that. Listen, I had an opportunity to score at Anfield against Liverpool, and I can assure you, I would have celebrated with the Sheffield Wednesday fans who I was playing with at the time. I don't understand this. I mean, there was nobody there. I mean, who was he being respectful to? Because there wasn't a soul there, other than 22 players and some coaches. Listen, it was a great goal. He took it really well. Good to score on your 100 appearance, but come on, celebrate, for goodness sake.
Maybe he was going to get a bit of stick off the family. Listen, a defensive question here. What have you made of the pairing of Aymeric, Laporte and Ruben Diaz so far?
Well, if they were to play against Ollie McBurney and McGoldrick and Brewster every week, then it wouldn't be a problem. I'm not convinced yet. Yes, they were solid today. I don't think the opposition were particularly great. But you can only do your job, and they did their job today. Listen, if they can go on a run of 4 or 5 games, keeping clean sheets against so-called proper teams, then I think we can start to talk about a partnership. But right now, I think it's a little early to say that it's a real partnership.
Yeah, more so in the first half, but Raheem Sterling was quite a handful, wasn't he? He looked brilliant, didn't he, Stevie?
Well, I mean, at times in the first half he did. He made some great moves, some great dribbling, but he kind of disappeared a little in the second half. And we're kind of back to where we started about Man City going forward, with the amount of ball they have and the amount of ball that Sterling gets and Mahrez gets in particular. Those two guys, for me, don't do enough as far as finishing is concerned. I thought young Torres playing at centre forward today and so-called invisible 9. He was absolutely a number 9. I thought he held the ball up great. He brought other people into play. He actually had 2 or 3 chances, half chances. But as a centre forward, he was way better than the experiments they've had before with the likes of Sterling and the likes of Foden in there.
Just 1 point from 7 games for Sheffield United. Could you see why they're having these problems in today's game?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, they'll always be dogged and they'll always be given 100%. But you just wonder where the goals are coming from. They got 3 goals in 7 games so far in this Premier League. I mean, that is relegation material if I've ever seen it. So they're going to have to figure out how they can start making some chances, because at home today, they had 1 chance. Lundstrom had a shot that it was a half chance. He should have kept it on target, but I mean, that was it for 90 minutes at home. So they've got a real problem putting the ball in the back of the net. Well, actually, they've got a problem creating chances. Never mind putting it in the back of the net.
It could be a long season ahead for the Blades, but as for Man City, things are looking a lot more positive, and they're now back in the top half of the table.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.